welcome to Demon FM. We're joined by Aphrodite. How are you doing?
We're good. Thank you very much.
Too bad.
So I would like to know how you got started in general.
Okay. So I put the band together back in, was it late 2021? I actually put an ad online for, musicians. And Ben was the first person to reply, weren't you, mate?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, this project sounds perfect. This is the music that I love to play, R&B, soul sort of stuff, funk elements and things. So he was like, can I come and meet you and have a chat? Met him and straight away knew that he was perfect fit and was really impressed with his skills on the drums. And then we recruited a guitarist as well. Again, that was through you actually, wasn't it? It was somebody that you regularly...
Yeah, play with and had been to jam nights with and rehearsed with. Wow. So.
Yeah, and then I needed a bass player, but couldn't find a bass player. It can be quite difficult to find the right musicians, in Leicester, I've found. But yeah, so we couldn't find a bassist. So I thought to myself, okay, who do I know that plays?
Yeah.
And I didn't know any bass players, but I knew Dave, and he's was a guitarist. And I said, do you play bass? He said, no, but I can learn, So basically he brought a cheap bass from Facebook Market and then joined the next day and learnt the bass, from scratch for this band, which is...
That's good, because you also got a guitarist and a bassist, so you...
Well,
so
yeah.
Good for recording stuff as well.
Yeah.
Man of many talents,
Man of many talents, for sure, yeah.
So you got a new track that's been released.
We do, yes.
So how's that come about, and what is it about in general?
Yeah, so this is the third single from our EP that's titled Virgo Queen. The EP is going to be dropping later on this year. But, I mean, the whole EP I've written about my fiancé.
Yeah.
So, we've mentioned it a couple of times before on radio. So, pretty much just to keep it short, again, it's another love song to her, really.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I think it's better because when you naturally got something to talk about your person, so people relate to it more as well.
100%. Yeah.
You got people just, rush stuff out and write stuff because you have it's like processed music. Like, I've got to get another one, got another one.
100%.
Yeah, so
I've tried to write in that way just to sort of, just chuck something together, but I guess that I do have to be inspired to...
Yeah, you have to be in that moment.
Yeah, I definitely do, and she's definitely a big inspiration for me, so it's easy to write about her. So,
yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So what are your plans for 2023, and what do you hope to achieve by the end of the year?
Yeah.
With so our EP Virgo Queen, we're looking to release in March time. Am I right in that?
Yeah,
kind of March,
April
kind of. So next few months, so not too far away.
Yeah.
So these last 3 singles, including Nothing on You, have been the first 3 that will come off that.
Yeah.
We've got a few other tracks that will be kind of exclusive to that EP afterwards that will come out alongside that. So looking to gig past that. So hopefully kind of have some kind of EP launch party or something.
Ooh.
Yeah,
in line with that.
Do a visual here. We get you in.
yeah, we could. Yeah, definitely.
We've got the rooms and stuff.
Yeah, plenty of rooms in here for sure.
It's good you're doing it different way, because people just drop albums instead now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And which people just listen to the tracks all the time, so it doesn't seem that special when it comes out.
Right.
So it's good that you're doing it that way, I think.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of always been the plan, really, hasn't it? I think immediately.
More of a slow build up.
Yeah, it's better that way. Because you get to grow, people get to know your journey more by doing that way. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, we plan to hit the scene in Leicester, like I say, later on this year in terms of gigging, because people are always asking, when are you gigging, or where do you perform? How do I come and see you? And we actually haven't started gigging yet, but that's been the plan all along as well. Yeah, you look confused. You look confused.
That's good.
So
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, we've been a little bit tactical with it. So we decided to release a couple of tracks first.
Yeah.
Try and create a bit of a buzz online and then go and gig.
Yeah.
Because we've all been in the industry for over 10 years and we all have a lot of, experience with gigging and in pubs and clubs and things like that. So we thought, why not just completely flip it and do it the other way around as opposed to, do you know what I mean?
Plus, if you've all had your own experience in gigging, you know how you want to do it now and how you want your shows to be.
100%.
You've kind of personalised it to how you want your band to be put out there.
Exactly.
And people experience it,
Yeah, and I mean, when we hit the scene, we want to put on a show, don't we? We don't just want to...
Yeah, make an impact from the off,
we
really.
do.
The back of it all.
That's not bad. Now, Tom, I'm going to pass this to you because you, you've told me about this.
Hello, folks. All right, so as far as I'm aware, am I right in thinking that one of you produces drum and bass or EDM?
Yeah.
Yeah? Would that be you, Mr. Devil Newt?
It would.
Ah, fantastic.
How did you like that?
I was working with HQ when you sent in your submissions, so you were actually speaking to me during that period of time.
That's mad, yeah. Small world, isn't it? Yeah.
So you produce drum and bass and EDM music through Devil Newt.
Yeah.
Would you say that sort of style of music, differing from Aphrodite, would you say that sort of inspires any of the music that you as a group produce?
It's a good question.
It is a good question, yeah.
Good question.
I mean, to be fair, I treat it as a separate entity because a lot of the inspiration I get for the Aphrodite stuff that I write for bass lines and stuff comes from like Gorillaz or Limp Bizkit and random bands like that, because there's just kind of, because I'm brought up in the 90s, those kind of bands were massive back then, so it's all I used to listen on repeat in my room, and then I kind of emulated that into what I'm playing. But when it comes to like the Devil Newt stuff, it's more, I've got a big spectrum of stuff that I listen to. I'll listen to metal one day, drum and bass the next. It could be a bit of anything across the week, so I just kind of mix it, just kind of mix it up and just try and do different kinds of music just to do as much as I can, basically. Yeah.
You probably remix your own tracks, to be honest.
Yeah, you could actually. That's a great. I've never thought about that before. You could.
Someone play on his electronic show.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't expect to hear that, though. That Dave's inspirations come from bands like Gorillaz and bassists like Flea. From Chili Peppers, because obviously we're an R&B band. But I think more recently we've had a discussion about it, and I think going forward we describe ourselves more as an R&B fusion band. Because when Dean Jackson played it just before Christmas, the new track Nothing on You, when he played it on BBC Introduced It, and he said, I'm not too sure what genre these guys are, but that's a compliment.
I was going to say that's a great compliment.
I mean, they seem to like it, and along with Dave, I'm, I like metal music, I listen to rock music as well, but it's, I'd say it's a fusion. If you listen to our music and think about it and try and listen for certain, you can hear elements, that are from other genres completely,
Because I was going to say, when we was on placement, so when I make my music, I loop it constantly. And the compliment of you guys, when I heard your song, it's just like, compliment, play that again, play that again.
Thank you.
It's just, it's because it's obviously R&B and it's got fuse, it's got soul, you got soul in the voice. It's just so nice to listen to, and that's why when I asked you like what you do in the future, when you said gigs, I was like yes.
Bless you.
So obviously we've mentioned stuff. So whereabouts do you record? Do you always try and stay local when you're doing your recording?
So we record at mine.
Yeah.
So we've got a little studio set up
nice.
there in my bedroom. We've also recorded at... Where did we record do you want to explain the drum bunker?
Yeah, so with the last track, Nothing on You, we wanted to go for a live drum sound, because the style had changed slightly, and for whatever kind of it was influenced by, we wanted that element brought into it. So we went to the drum bunker, which is based at Still Ill Studios in Leicester. So it's just a tiny little room, little drum kit, all mic'd up and everything. And then that's where we did the tracking for the last song. And we're looking to use that again. We've kind of got some other stuff kind of stored away for a later date as well for some other tracks.
Can't wait to hear this.
Past the EP. So, so that, and then we've sent the stuff off to HQ recording, as we've mentioned as well.
Yeah, we was on placement there. That's why we played the song on that, because we was part of the radio stuff. So you was probably dealing with us with the emails and stuff.
Right, okay,
She probably means me.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So we had to listen to submissions, and then obviously Tom would reply and stuff like that and put them on. Some of them, that's why we have a few that come through. So when we hear like songs like your songs come through and other local artists, we're like, because some of them were a bit.
When you can just tell. When you can just tell that there's been proper sort of talent and passion put into a track, you know, that was nice to have heard through the tracks that you'd sent in. I will say that. Yeah, not a problem.
No, really appreciate that. Thank you. That's lovely.
That's fine. So do you all have separate projects, or do you work always as a band? Obviously, it was mentioned that you do your D&B and that.
Yeah.
Pretty. I think between us, we've all kind of done cover kind of different bands and whatever in the past, and different pub gigs and function work. Yeah, so I'm still doing. I'm doing a bit of that still in Kettering, where I live.
Oh yeah.
So we're all kind of still active alongside it. But I say this is kind of the main thing that we all come together on, and
when we're
releasing
main,
music. And,
the project that we're sort of what's the word? Focused on, putting our foot down, going for it.
So before I go, I've already mentioned this. Do you fancy giving us an a cappella of your new song?
Gosh,
on the spot here.
Do I do a bit of the chorus or do I do a bit of the verse?
Surprises.
Oh, okay. We just got together, yeah, and you know that the nights go by too fast. Yes, they do. And let me tell ya, there ain't nobody else that can do you right. So just give me time, and I'll show you what it's like.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That's all right.
It's been a great interview, and
time to warm up, but hopefully that was all right.
Thank you for coming in.
Perfect. Cheers, guys.
Thank you for having us.